Shalom. It's the Hebrew Life again. It's L&ike Jerusalem. My fault for the delay. We're going to call this one the Second Exodus. We get in the room. Real powerful called the Second Exodus. We get straight to it. Most people don't even know that the Most High has already wrote inside the books on earth and inside the books on heaven that he will redeem his people. He will bring his people. He put the man out of the first Exodus. He had left Egypt with Moses. When Moses, everybody know that old famous quote, "Let my people go." When Moses said, "Let my people go," he was talking about the Hebrew Israelite people. We left, we traveled through the wilderness because that generation that left Egypt didn't want to let go of the ways of Egypt. It was still in their heart. So the Most High said, "You should not enter into this land of milk and honey, but your children shall." So the generation passed and another one came, and they were led by a new generation, by Joshua, who Moses schooled and taught how to deal with the people. But our people continue to fall into the same tricks and traps that had us walk through the wilderness in the first place. And that's following other gods, just as if they had made the golden calf in the wilderness again with Moses. We continue to follow false gods and false nations: Babylon, Assyria, Rome, Greece, China. It really doesn't matter. We always find ourselves following other gods under every grove and under every tree. People can't accept that they are related to the people of the Bible. You're related to King David. You're related to Christ. You're related to, Solomon. You're related to Esther. You're related to Rebecca and Sarah. Our people can't accept this thing. They want to be Beyonce. They want to be Jay-Z. They want to be LeBron James or Stephen Curry, or Denzel Washington. Nobody wants to be, related to the people of the Bible, which is great. Nobody wants to be related to Abraham. Thank you, sister. What's up with you, Mika? When we finna get into this Exodus, we gonna get into Jeremiah and the other prophets because, they spoke about a second Exodus. We're gonna get into it. So if you go to Isaiah 11 and verse 11, I'm going to read. I want everybody to go to Isaiah 11 and 11. But it's something before Isaiah 11 and 11 I must read. It's actually Isaiah 12, but I'm going to read Isaiah 11 and 11 because the Most High cast his people to the four corners of the earth. This is the first sign that we know that these 12 tribe chart camps that's only set the Israelites on the Western Hemisphere, North and South America, and Brazil, Mexico. We know this chart isn't accurate because it has nobody in Africa. It doesn't cover the four corners of the earth. When we going to read right here in Isaiah 11 and 11, the Christ is coming for us in the second Exodus. This second Exodus is going to involve the whole world. They're going to know we're the Most High's people, and he's going to be pleading for them in the valley of Jehoshaphat. We're going to get into that. Let's read. And it says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an assignment of the people. To it shall be the Gentile seat, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Elohim shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left in Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Verse 13, and the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off, and Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. This is brothers coming together. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west, and they shall spoil them of the east together, and they shall lay their hands upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. The Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind he shall shake his hand over the rivers, and shall smite in it seven streams, and make the men go over dry shod. We're going to stop right there. This is one of many prophecies of the Elohim, the Hamashiach, Yahusha, Christ, or whatever you want to call him, coming back a second time, just like he sent Moses to recover his people. We're going to go into some more scriptures. I want to be tedious about this. Let's go to Zechariah, because we ain't gonna go to the obvious ones in Jeremiah right now. We're gonna prove this little to big. Let's go to Zechariah. Yeah. Matter of fact, we're gonna stop at Joel before we go to Zechariah. We're gonna stop at Joel. This is Joel chapter 3. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land, which they've done today in Israel. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, a boy for a whore, and a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yeah, what have you to do with me, Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine, a Philistine? Will you render me my recompense? If you render me my recompense swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried it into the temples, my goodly things and my pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that they might be removed, that you might remove them far from their borders. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, that they might sell them unto the Sabians, to a people far off. For the Elohim has spoken. This is another prophecy of the second Exodus, people. A lot of people don't catch it. A lot of people don't think that the Most High is going to bring us out of this great nation called America, called this whatever nation you run to in this time and day, because all of it is westernized. I don't care where you at. The Most High say he's coming to get you. Wherever he scatters you at, and whatever they scatters you to, he's going to come and get you. I don't care if you in London. So this go out to all my brews all over the world. I don't care if you're in China, Spain, Brazil, man. Even if you're in America somewhere, in South Dakota, Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying? We feel like you far off and you ain't got nobody to talk to, man. The Most High is coming to raise us up. Stand strong. Be a watchman, like the Most High said. We're watchmen. Keep an eye on the signs and the times. Keep your stuff straight. And the Most High, he will send for you. If he not, he will send for your son. He will send for your daughters. He's coming to get us. No man knows the hour, though. We must stand strong. We must pay attention to the signs that he provides us with to let us know that he's on his way. We're going to go to Zechariah now. I have to go back and see. I believe it was Zechariah 14. Let me check. Yeah, Zechariah 14 and 2. Okay. Zechariah 14 and 2, family. We're going to get into it. We're going to start at verse 1, family. Zechariah 14 and 2. This, y'all just checking in. This is the second Exodus. I'm going through scriptures proving that there will be a second Exodus, that Christ will be coming back for war for his people, and he will be returning whatever deeds they put on his people. He will be returning them to their head. So I hope you did well, boys. This is Zechariah 14. We're going to start at the top. It says, Behold, the day of the Elohim cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. And the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and women ravaged. And half of the city shall go forth into captivity. I just read about this captivity. And half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Elohim go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet shall stand in the day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst, therefore, towards the east and towards the west, and there shall be a very great valley, and the half of a mount shall be removed toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And ye shall flee into the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azel. Yeah, ye shall flee, like as ye flee from before the earthquakes in the day of Uzziah the king of Judah. The Elohim Maya shall come, and all the saints with thee. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor the dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to the Elohim, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that evening time shall be light. And it shall be that the day that living water shall go forth out of Jerusalem, half of them towards the former sea, and half of them towards under the heaven. In the summer and in the winter shall it be. We're going to stop right there. As you see, the Elohim is coming again, and he's saying he's ready and he's going to do battle for his land and for his people. So that means that the people over there, if he ain't came down here, that means the people in the land, whoever's fighting over the land, aren't the originators of that land. Because he said he's calling all nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat to battle for his heritage. That would have already been done if the people over there are the true Israelites. Just a little key note. There's still wars going on over his land. When the war is over with about his land, it's over with. Everybody getting wiped out. Let's get into this Jeremiah. See, we're going to keep going forward. And we got scripts for days over the situation. We got scripts for days. And we just going to give y'all a few of them to run off with. So if anybody asks you what's the end game for what's going on in America, know that the second Exodus is coming. Know that the Elohim is going to provide a way for you to lead this place. Don't get comfortable here. It's okay to build your life, but We Hebrews, be ready to be on the move if you have to. Don't set your life up to the point where you looking back like Lot wife, wondering what you leaving and worrying about what you're leaving and what you're going to leave behind. It ain't going to mean nothing. The Most High is preparing a great land for us, our holy land, our homeland, Israel. He's preparing that for us again. So what you think you saw in this land that's great, man, in Israel is going to be 1,000 times greater, man. It's like losing a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything in life. You know what I'm saying? The Most High always replaces it with something better. We shouldn't think and always think because the Most High is taking things away from us and we're losing something that it's a bad thing. It might be a good thing for you. See, this is what our ancestors thought in Egypt. They thought that it was a bad thing. I'm going to try to go into that after this verse on how our people, when we first left Egypt, it was an issue with the Most High. The Most High performed these miracles, brought his people out of Egypt, split the Red Sea, killed the Pharaoh, left him under the sea, put all these plagues on Egypt and showed him, even though Egypt was the baddest, biggest power in the world, they had nothing on the God of Israel. They had nothing on the power of the God of Israel. The Most High showed us that he loved us so much that he would do this to Egypt just so they could let us go, just so they can know we not to be played with. We was done. He said she ended up being a pillar of salt. Yeah, man, Lot wife, she wanted to turn around and she wanted to look at Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah was a wicked place. It was a very wicked place. If you read the book of Joshua, they killed one of Lot's daughters because she was feeding a poor man, because the law in the land was to let somebody die so you could take their possessions. So if they seen somebody starving or thirsty, they would not get them water or food because they was looking forward to taking the person's possessions when they died. This type of wicked land Sodom and Gomorrah was. Not only was homosexual activity going on there, but it was a lot of wicked laws that wasn't normal to Adam and normal to mankind. And that's why the Most High destroyed it. So let's get into it. This is another verse about the second Exodus. Let's go to Jeremiah 16. And we're gonna start at verse 9, because you need to start at we need to start at the top of this, because this is very important. Because this is dealing with what I just talked about with our forefathers and how we're following in the same footsteps of our forefathers and foremothers by living in these curses and not trying to break the curses, following these gods, wherever the God may be, whether it's America, whether it's the rap industry, or the singing industry, or Hollywood, makeup, whatever it's gonna be. You chasing sex, you choosing sex to be your God, or you choosing a woman over the Most High. You pin your children before the Most High, whatever your God gonna be. Cars, clothes, money, houses. There's a lot of things to worship in this world. Being a Mason or being in a Scientology school or whatever you want to be. Going and saying that God didn't make you properly. Going to Dr. Miami and saying God didn't make you properly. You was meant to be a boy. You meant to be a girl. God messed up. See, everybody want to blame the Most High. But we all fall into our own lust. Things that our wicked heart desire. It ain't the Most High. He just gives us an option to breathe and gives us an option to be a God and to experience things that he's experienced on a daily. We have a short time to experience it. One day with the Most High is 1,000 years. So time to you ain't time to him. This is verse 9 of Jeremiah 16. I want everybody to listen close. This is very powerful. I saved this because I knew it was going to hit hard. It says, "For thus saith the Elohim, or the Lord of hosts, and the God of Israel, behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes and in your day the voice of mirth, and the voice of gladness, and the voice of bridegrooms, and the voice of the bride. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt shout this people all these words, when I shall show all these people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore have the Elohim pronounced all this evil against us? And what is our iniquity? And what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our God? Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. You have done worse than your fathers, for behold, you walk everyone after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. Therefore I will cast you out of this land, and into a land that ye know not, which is America, whatever land the Most High cast his servants to the servant servitude until he comes back, so they can understand and they can ask themselves these things. Man, what did we do to God for us to be suffering this much? We must have really messed up. See, this is why all of this anguish and pain had to happen for us to question it, because we are sardis people and we are hard-headed, stiff-necked people, and we don't get it. The Most High have to constantly tell us, have I not brought y'all out of have I not brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage? He constantly repeats things to us. Us as so-called black people, we have to constantly be repeated things. We have to constantly be drilled into our head because we are hard-headed people. We're rebellious people. The Most High worked many miracles for us, and we spat in his face. So you need to understand who you're dealing with going to the second Exodus, just like what Moses was dealing with. They caused Moses to strike the rock. This is the people that will anger you because they're ungrateful people. They're sardis people. They're quick to follow some other nation and forget all of the miracles and everything that's going on within the camp that they're in, and which is the Most High, who provide all these miracles for us, who provide water when we thirsty, and get our bills paid when we don't know how we're going to get them paid, and all these things. He's the worker of this. He's the worker of you getting out that accident when you wasn't even supposed to survive the accident. Getting away from that man or that woman when you didn't know how to get away from him. He is our deliverer. But you can't get that serving these other gods. They're false gods. They're going to lead you to destruction. Let's continue to read. Therefore, behold, the day cometh, saith the Lord, that it shall be no more said, the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Listen closely. But the Lord liveth, that brought the children from the land of the north, from all of the lands, whither he have driven them out. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Elohim, and they shall fish them. And after I will send many hunters, and they will hunt them from every mountain, from every hill, and up out of every hole of the rocks. For mine eyes are upon all of their ways, and they are not hid, from my face, neither their iniquity from my eyes. First I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land, and they have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of detestable and abominable things. All praises, Mika. All praises. So as you see, the Most High gonna deal. He also got some for the Gentiles too. Let me continue to read. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. And shall a man make gods unto himself, and they are no gods? Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know, and cause them to know my hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is the Elohim. This Exodus is going to be serious, man. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed when this Exodus comes, because there's going to be a lot of people who don't want to accept that we the chosen people, that we are the children of Judah, we are the children of Israel. We're going to pull up some more verses. Because we know if the Most High said it once, he said it twice. We're going to go to Ezekiel 36. Everybody go to Ezekiel 36 and 24. 36 and 24. Hey. And I'm going to start at verse. I'm going to start at verse 23, fam. Okay. It says, I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned amongst the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Elohim, the Lord. Saith the Elohim, Lord, saith the Elohim Yah, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. Here we go again with the second Exodus. But people don't preach this. They don't understand. Brothers don't talk about this second Exodus because they too busy trying to make them a space where they at. They too busy trying to get comfortable where they at. We don't serve a God of comfortability. Our God calls for uncomfortable situations for us to rise to the occasion. You ain't gonna never make it if you looking to be comfortable all the time. Come out that comfort zone, and you gotta take a leap of faith sometimes. Let me continue to read. I'm gonna read that one more time. He says, "For I will take you from among the heathen." The white man, the Gentile, the Chinese man, whatever you want to call them, the heathen, the brother, Africans, whoever you amongst who ain't following the law of the Most High, they are heathen. He says, I will gather you out of all the countries and I will bring you to your own land. And then I will sprinkle clean water upon you. And ye shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols. And I will cleanse you. And a new heart also will I give you. And a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh. And I will give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you. This is the Holy Spirit, people. This is the Holy Spirit. He said, I will put my spirit within you. And he says, and will cause you to walk in my statutes. And ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, people, family. As you hearing the Father, as you hearing him speak through this brother Ezekiel right now and prophesy something that's to come. That's prophecy. Talking about something that ain't even happened yet, but it's going to happen. And I could see it, I could taste it, and I can't wait to be brought out of this land. And this old heart and this old filthiness that come with being in this land and these idols, all of that being given away to the idols that it belonged to, and me coming into the Most High, into his pureness. In our own land, which he gave Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Who wouldn't want that? Or maybe you too used to eating the food that's over here. Maybe you enjoying the life you got over here so much that you ain't ready for that second Exodus. Let's continue to read. And you shall dwell in the land that I gave unto your fathers, and you shall be my people, and I will be your God. And I will also save you from all your uncleanliness. And I will call for the corn, and it will increase, and lay no famine upon you. And I will multiply the fruit of the tree, and increase of the field, that ye shall receive no more reproach of famine among the heathen. Then shall ye remember your own evil ways and your doings that were not good, and shall loathe yourselves in your own sight of your iniquities for your abominations. Not for your sakes do I this, saith the Elohim. Be it known unto you, and be ashamed and confounded for your own ways, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Elohim Yah. In a day I shall have cleansed you from all your iniquities. I will also cause you to dwell in the cities, in the wastes that shall be built, and the desolate land shall be tilled, whereas I lay desolation in the sight of all that passes by. And they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like a garden of Eden, and this wasted and desolate and ruined city are become fenced and are inhabited. And then the heathen that are left round you about you shall know that I, the Elohim, build the ruined places and plant that which was desolate. And I, the Elohim, have spoken it and will do it. Thus saith the Elohim Yah. I will yet for this be inquired out of the house of Israel to do it for them, and I will increase them with men like a flock, and as a holy flock, and as a flock of Jerusalem in her solemn feasts, so shall the wasted cities be filled with flocks of men, that they shall know that I am the Elohim, Yah. That's what he do. He turned beggars into kings. He turned fools into wise men. He turned desolate cities into places you would think, man, that look like the Garden of Eden over there, man. That look beautiful. He turned broken down and beat up cities into great places. Where nobody went, he turned it to a place where everybody is at now. He said, I make all things new. We serve a mighty and beautiful Yah, a beautiful God that's able to make all things new and make all things beautiful. No matter what condition it was, he has the ability to turn dry bones into life, to turn broken down buildings and towns into big civilizations again. This is a beautiful thing I'm reading. If anybody's getting this, you know what I'm saying, these Jews today about the second Exodus, because that's what it's about. It's about taking a people that's broken down, living in another land, and turning them into righteous people. It's about a people who was stuck in America, stuck in whatever country they was, and the Most High bringing them out of that, no matter what that condition was. Yes, he does. Yah does turn sinners into saints. See, that's a beautiful thing about Yah. This is why you let people battle with the Most High, they battle with the Most High. You can't be too quick to judge. But once a person has decided to willfully serve the devil, then, you know, all gloves are off at that point in time. Us knowing our power, we still want to be easy and cool with them and don't want to beat them down to a pulp, but we supposed to cry aloud and spare not. We still supposed to leave a little bit of life in them for them to repent. But you're going to get buked up. You're going to get rebuked, and you're going to get buked up with the truth and with the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, if you coming with nonsense. Because at this point in time in this world, we don't have time to play. It's too many lives up for taking, and we in the last days. The Elohim could come any day and spark off this war and this famine in Jacob's trouble. And a lot of people ain't ready. They're going to sell out. They're going to sell out for a bottle of water. They're going to sell out for a plate of food. They're going to sell out for the safety of their children. A lot of people ain't going to make it. The Most High say he's going to purge out the rebels. We're going to go into some things since we talking about the second Exodus. We're going to go into some things. Let's go into Exodus. Let's go into Exodus. Y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me, family. going to read these laws coming out of Egypt, man, in Exodus. We're going to have another Exodus coming out of whatever land that you in, whoever listening to this, whatever land that you in, if the Most High calls you to stay there, wherever you at, the Most High going to drive you out of that place. He going to rescue us, man. It's our job to be watchmen and stand strong. All the other stuff don't mean nothing. I got this. I want everybody to go to Exodus 20. And I want everybody to know out there, the Most High, He didn't create these laws to put you in a box to make you make life boring, to make it life hard on you. He made these laws for the love of the brothers and the sisters, so nobody would be getting done wrong within the communities. So nobody had to worry about any wrongdoing within the community. These laws was made out of love. These laws was made out of complete love. Yahusha tell us that. Jesus tell us that. These laws, these two laws, love your brother, love your neighbor as yourself, and love the Most High with all your mind, all your soul, and all your heart. That's what every fiber in your body. We supposed to try to love the Most High. But people turn this into a Christian type of thing where they want to love the Most High one day out the week. Woo! 8 hours, 4 hours out the week. We gonna dedicate the rest of the week and the hours out of that day and that week is dedicated to vanity. Entertainment. We have to be real with this and sincere with this. So this is Exodus 20. And Yah spoke all these words, saying, I am the Elohim Yah, thy Yah, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. I'm going to stop right there. If Yah is telling us we should have no other gods before him, that he let you know that there's other gods out there to be served and that you should not serve them. He is the one and true God who brought us out of the land of Egypt and brought us out of the greatest civilization in the world at that time. And he's going to do the same. So it don't matter how big the country you live in, how strong the country you live in at the time is. Yahusha is coming to rescue and get his people. And he's coming for war. He came as a lamb at first, a sacrificial lamb. It's not going to be so the next time. He's coming for blood. He's coming as a lion. A lot of people mix that up. They think he's coming back as a lamb again. He's going to be peaceful. Yeah, he really don't have to plead for his people, but that's how you know the Most High is a merciful Yah. He going to give the people a chance to give up his people. We don't give people a chance to get on the right side if they want to get on the right side. But for some people, it's going to be too late because they done had too many signs to turn and turn away from their sins. Let me read this. This is powerful because these same laws I'm reading in Exodus 20, I'm pretty sure they're going to be the same laws leaving America. And I'm pretty sure the people are going to have a problem with it. People going to still be trying to eat pork. They're going to still be trying to do all kind of things that go against the Most High that break these laws that I'm going to read. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, the Elohim, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children of the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. I want to clear up this jealousy thing with the Most High. Because man and humans, they seem to think when the Most High say he is a jealous God, it's the type of jealousy that man gets for another woman, or because a brother got a car he won't, because a brother got a job he won't. It ain't that type of jealousy the Most High got for us the people. We are like a bride to the Most High. It's like watching your woman go off and mess with a scumbag when you know you could provide her a good life. You know you could give her good knowledge. Anything she wants, she could get it from you, but she decided to go get it from other people. And they not even giving her what she needs. That's the type of jealousy the Most High got for us. Like watching a child be misled. Or like watching your child go into a drug house and you get a jealousy towards that drug dealer, whoever is taking your child away from you. It's that type of jealousy. It's not a type of jealousy a girl gets for a boy or a boy gets for a girl. What's she doing over there talking to him? What he doing over there talking to her? It ain't that type of jealousy. It's like what he doing over there, listening to him, following his laws and living in his household for. What she doing over there, living in his household, listening to him. I thought you was my wife. What you over there listening to him for, living in his household? That's the type of jealousy. Let me continue to read. And showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Elohim in vain, for Yah will hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Elohim, and in it thou shalt do any work, and nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, nor thy man servants, nor thy maid servants, nor your cattle or your animals, anything else, nor the stranger within the gate, nor the Gentiles, whoever you want to call them, the people who are not Israelites who want to walk with us, they cannot work either, just because they not full-blooded Israelite. No. Most High check all of that. And yes, there will be strangers and people who not Israelites who want to walk with us. You just read it again. Let me read it again. It says, in the stranger that is within the gate. So all of these camps and all these Hebrews who saying salvation is not to the Gentile and not towards anybody who's salvation is not towards the Gentiles, and you have to be an Israelite in order to get salvation, that's BS. A lot of Israelites ain't gonna get salvation because they think they melanin gonna get them somewhere. They think they melanin gonna get them into heaven. The Most High ain't say you get into heaven because your skin is cool with the sun. That ain't gonna get you no points with the Most High on no righteous level. Oh Lord, my skin reflect perfect with the sun. I know I'm yours. We gonna see what about this righteousness. We gonna see what's inside of here. We don't care about all of this and all of that. We don't care about your appearance. If you got melanin, good, use it. Be thankful to the Most High. But just because if you don't think you cursed either. The Most High, he don't judge people. He's not a favor of persons. He judges people on their righteousness. Let me continue to read. It says, honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Elohim giveth thee. Have you ever heard an old person say, a disobedient child won't live through half their days? See, you won't find that exactly in here, but you will find what I just read. Honor thy mother and thy father so thy days could be long. So our people who came before us, they just figure, hey, if you ain't honoring your mother and your father, your days going to be short, and it makes sense, don't it? And people talking about, hey, Father's Day, Mother's Day, man, that's a daily thing to honor thy mother and thy father. You don't pick a day to honor your mother and your father. This is the problem when people follow holidays. They don't realize how to slap people in the face. It slaps your mother in the face that she only see you one time a year. When the Most High said, honor thy mother and thy father daily. This is a daily thing. Your mother say you need to come and see me more. That's what you need to do. You don't need to say, I'm going to come and see you on Mother's Day next year. You said they think the melanin ain't going to get them right. Well, y'all, well, that's sadly mistaken. They sadly mistaken thinking their skin pigmentation going to get them in the kingdom. See, it was Africans that sold us. See, people need to realize something. Racism is economic. See, if they was killing you because you was black, they would just go kill the blackest person they could find. And we not the blackest people they could find. Africans are blacker than us. So the white people in all the nations of the world ain't coming after you because you black. Get that out your mind. It's not because of your melanin. It's people with higher melanin intake than you in Africa, whose skin is darker than yours, and they're not shooting them down. It's an economic thing. We bring in more money. We are more successful as a people. We're more successful than the Africans and the heathens and the Gentiles, the Romans and the Grecians, the Chinese man. We outdo them. So racism and measures and different things have been taken out to keep us out the game. That's all. Racism is economic. It's gonna be a second Exodus. I want people to know that it's gonna be a second Exodus, that the Most High is gonna bring you out of the lands whether He drew your ancestors. See, we didn't choose to be here. I look at it like I'm an immigrant too. People, I'm not getting comfortable here. We strangers in this land. The Most High say He bringing us out of this place. And I got many more scriptures I can go through where the Most High say He gonna bring us out of this place through His Son Yahusha. But a lot of things have to happen in between that, so prophecy is fulfilled, so our people can learn, so they don't never go into captivity again. Because if you free our people tonight, they not gonna learn. We'll be right. People will be turning right back around, going to America as soon as they get thirsty, tired, or hungry. The Most High got to provide a way so we can't come back. A lot of things got to go on, and I don't know how the Most High gonna put it together, but you know what I'm saying, I know it's gonna be miraculous. Exactly, Mika. We're refugees in this land. We was brought over as slaves 400 years ago. 400 years ain't that long. It's a long time, but people have got comfortable. They forgot that they was kings and queens in Africa. You know what I'm saying? They forgot that we had something, that we was actually worth something. We came over here as servants to another nation that we know not, that our fathers have knew not. Now look at them, mad at the Mexicans. How? And this is another thing I want to throw out. You know, I don't see how Trump and the Democratic or Republican, I'm not even really into politics, but how could you be mad at the Hispanics when they account for at least 30 to 40% of the workforce in America? I know black people account for at least 50 to 40% of the workforce. Then the other immigrants and nations account for probably the other 15 to 20%. But how are y'all coming at these people when they do most of the work? They in McDonald's, they in Wendy's, they in all of these places. You know what I'm saying? They even in the Chinese places with Chinese eyeliner on, trying to look Chinese, working them jobs too. And y'all mad at them because they getting all the money. All they doing is copying the system that y'all have set before them, and they beating y'all at your own system. So y'all mad at them. So y'all talking about building the wall. Ain't no Mexicans been coming as immigrants causing a lot of trouble. No more trouble than these right-wing extremists going in these places, shooting up these places have been causing. They ain't been causing no more trouble than them. If you sit in this country and you see all this wickedness going on, people walking into Walmart and all these places in schools are just shooting people. If you find yourself trying to get too comfortable over here, the Most High gonna deal with you. He gonna show you this ain't a place to be comfortable at. This ain't a place to come over and have a good time. Be in captivity. Every now and then we try to have a good time and cut some edge off. But we remain in the same situation, longing to be exited up out of here. Like I said, racism is economic. The same thing went on with the Africans and us. When we beat them in the market, they wanted us gone. If you read in Exodus, let me read Exodus. You know, racism is economic. I want to try this screenshot thing right fast, family. We're going to see how it works. I don't know how to, we're going to, what is that? Okay, here you go. We're going to show y'all something, man. Show y'all why we can't make it in this land. You know what I'm saying?